So hello guys. We were going to tackle about the chapter 7, which is the technology as a way of rebuilding. Selected views on technology. Views on technology are diverse and can be shaped by various factors including cultural, social, economics, and philosophical perspective. Here are the selected views on technology perspective, a range of opinions na itatalakay ni Lara.
So, number one, technological optimism. View. Technology is seen as a force of progress, innovation, and positive change. Key points. Optimists believe that technology has the potential to solve pressing global challenges, improve quality of life, and promote economic growth. They emphasize the positive impact of advancement in medicine, communication, and automation. So, ito yung it's all about the positive impact ng technology, ng advancement of technology sa pamumuhay natin as a human being. So, ano-ano nga ba yung mga positive impact or pagbabago sa life natin? So, una, in terms of, sa ano nga, nabanggit dito, medicine, mas mas mabilis yung or mas nagiging high-tech na yung ginagamit sa mga hospital kaya mas napapadali din yung for example yung sa COVID, 'di ba? Yung panahon ng pandemic, mabilis nagkaroon ng vaccine dahil sa dahil sa teknolohiya na meron tayo ngayon. And then yung sa communication, sa communication naman, mas napapadali tayo na makausap yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, especially kapag nasa malayo, nasa ibang bansa, sa pamamagitan ng mga apps like Messenger, Viber, Instagram. Tsaka, if may missing person, madali ring hanapin pamamagitan ng social media. Popost mo lang and then malay natin, may nakita, di ba? And then, in terms sa transportation, malaki din yung tulong nun kasi pamagitan ng advancement ng technology is meron tayong nagkaroon tayo ng tren na kung saan mas napabilis natin yung biyahe natin sa destination natin na pupunta natin sa destination natin. And then, maraming positive impacts ang technology. So, yun na yung iiba. So, next naman is yung technological pessimism. View technology is viewed with caution and skepticism due to concern about negative consequences. Key points. Pessimists worry about the issues such as job displacement due to automation, environmental degradation, loss of privacy, and potential misuse of advanced technologies. Concern may center around the unequal distribution of benefits and burdens of technology. So, kung meron tayong positive, so meron din tayong negative. So, nabanggit nga dito dahil sa paglago ng technology, marami na mga na-invento na like robots, AI, na kung saan mas nagiging high-tech na or napapalitan na mga ng robots or ng mga ano yung trabaho na dapat para sa tao. Like for example, yung sa Jollibee, meron ng invention na crew na kung saan robot na yung nag-serve sa tao. Pero syempre, mas better pa rin kapag tao kasi may tendency kasi na magkaroon ng error, ganon. And then, next is yung sa ano ba yung mga negative na na impacts ng so yung pagmalingang paggamit ng technology. So So, sa mga bata ngayon sa mga generation ngayon, mga young, especially ako, minado ako, na hindi ko nasusunod yung, or nadidistract ako dahil sa gadget, na hindi ko nagagawa yung mga personal kung dapat gawin, or hindi on time nagagawa because of mas naka-focus na sa mga sa, sa social media, ganon. Katulad ngayon, mga kabataan, for example, yung generation ngayon mas na-addict sa mga Mobile Legends, sa mga online games, ganon. Yung mas marami yung oras na hugugol nila sa ganong sa paggamit ng technology imbis na gamitin yon sa pag-aaral, sa pagse-search, ganon. So, next is technological determinism. Technology is perceived as an autonomous force that shape society and human behavior. Key points. Determinists argue that technology drives social change and shape cultural norms, often with little regard for human agency. They highlight that technology innovation influence the way people live, work, and interact. So, it's all about sa naimpluwensyahan nito yung kung paano namumuhay yung tao. Like, for now, yung mga tao nga ngayon is more on sa pagsunod sa kung ano yung uso sa trend. Kasi nga, dahil sa social media like TikTok, 'di ba? Ganon. Kung ano yung uso, doon yung tao. So, yun. Nakaka-apekto yun. So, next is social construction of technology. Technology is seen as a product, societal values and needs and choices. Key points. Advocates of social construction perspective argue that technologies are shaped by social and cultural factors. They emphasize the role of agency shaping the directing technological development.
Number 6 is digital divine concerns. View, unequal access to and benefits from technology can lead to social and economic disparities. Key points, concerns about the digital divide highlights the disparities in access to information and communication. Bridging the digital divide is seen as essential for promoting inclusive development. Meaning to say, hina-highlight dito yung mga opportunities na for education and job opportunities. So number 5 is ethical and human-centered technology. Technology should be developed and used ethically with a focus on human well-being values. Key points. This view emphasizes the importance of considering ethical implementations and technological designs, development, and use. Advocates call for the priorities of human rights, inclusivity, and sustainability in technology development. Meaning to say, ginawa to ng merong assurance na safe or may safety sa ibang tao. Number 7 is environmental sustainability. Views. Technology should be developed and used in a way that minimize negative environmental impacts. Key points. This perspective emphasizes the importance of eco-friendly technologies and sustainability practiced to address environmental challenges. Advocates call for responsibility consumptions and the development of green technologies. Dito natin tinuturo or inaaral kung paano natin masusustain yung environmental natin or paano tayo makakatulong. Number 8 is balancing technology and humanity. View, there is a need to strike balance between technological advancement and preserving human values and relationships. These are the key points. Advocates stress the importance of maintaining a sense of humanity in the face of rapid technological change. They highlights the need for ethical consideration and mindful use of technology. Meaning to say, nandito yung empathy ng mga tao in terms of technological. Kung nakakapag-serve ba to ng mabuti or ng maayos sa mga tao. Next one is Aristotle for causes. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, proposed a comprehensive framework for understanding the nature of essence of things, known as the theory of the four causes. According to Aristotle, these causes are explanatory factors that provide a complete account of why something exists and it has its particular characteristics and why it functions the way it does. This is the number one, material cause. The material cause refers to the physical substance of matter for which a thing is composed. It answers the questions, what is made for? Or kung saan gawa yung isang bagay na yun or yung technology na yun. Kunyari, isang lamesa. Saan gawa yung isang lamesa? Gawa siya sa kahoy. Ayun yung sinasabi dito. And number two is formal cause. The formal cause is the specific arrangement of configuration of the material giving a thing its particular shape, structure, or design. It answered the question, what is it form or structure? Number one example is the formal cause of structure is the specific way the artist shapes the clay or curves the stone to create a distinct form. So number three, efficient causes. The efficient cause is the agent of process responsible for bringing the thing to existence. It involves activities and processes that results in the accumulations of a potential. It answers the question, what is the source of the origin? For example, the efficient cause of a book is the author who wrote it, or the printer and publisher who produced it. So number four, the final cause is the ultimate purpose, goal, or function for which a thing exists. It's answer the questions, what is its purpose or end? Kung ano yung purpose kung bakit mo ginawa yung isang bagay. Yun yung sinasabi sa final cause.
Now, let me introduce to you one of the greatest, or let's say the most prominent person to introduce the technology as a way of revealing. He is no other than the philosopher Martin Heidegger. So, Martin Heidegger is actually a German philosopher who is best known for his contribution to phenomenology, hermeneutics, and existentialism. He is among the most important and influential philosopher of the 20th century. Heidegger is not against science and technology, but the abuse that human beings or what we humans do to technology and how we disregard nature. Now, according to Heidegger, technology is commonly understood as both a means to an end. So ano nga bang isabihin ng a means to an end? An instrumental characterization of technology. Remember, before we rather reach a result, there should be a means, a process, no? And that's how technology works. It serves as an instrument, an aid, an help in order for us to reach a certain result or our output. Human activity, which is actually, when we talk about human activity, it's more on the anthropological aspect of mankind. So, for additional, Let's now proceed to the definition of technology according to Heidegger. So, wala siya sa PPT. So, additional lang to. There are three definitions of technology according to Heidegger. And number one is technology is not an instrument. Technology is not a production of human activity. Technology is the highest danger. Now, let's proceed sa the essence of modern technology. So, Martin Heidegger argued that the importance of understanding not just technology perceived, but their essence, a deeper understanding of what technology is. Because no matter what we do, we always intertwine with technology. And according to him, kapag hindi raw natin lubos na naunawaan ang essence ng technology, we will be in danger. Also, according to Martin Heidegger, old technology nature compared to the modern technology that we have now, the frame of modern technology is a network of interlocking of things standing in reserve. Forest. Yung mga tao nakikita na yung forest as production of paper, not the appreciation na creation yun ni God na kung saan dapat na ingatan, pangalagaan, kung sakaling puputulin is papalitan, 'di ba? Hindi ganoon yung nagiging pananaw ng tao. Kaya nga nagkakaroon tayo ng pagbaha, landslide. So, here are the key components regarding the essence of modern technology according to Heidegger. Number one ay in framing. So, it says here, Heidegger introduces the concept of inframing to describe the essence of modern technology. Inframing is not merely technological device but a way of understanding and revealing the world. Inframing is a mode of revealing that reduces everything to a standing reserve, a resource of raw material available for human purposes. Number two is challenging port and composing. Heidegger described technology as a mode of challenging port and composing. Challenging port involves revealing the world as a standing reserve, while composing involves organizing and arranging these resources for specific ends. Technology, in its essence, involves both revealing the world as a resource and ordering a composing for its particular uses. So, technology is not good or bad. It's all about how we use technology to make our life better, to take care of our environment, and to appreciate our environment. To disregard this nature of reality is also putting ourselves at the brink of dangers. Why? Because all of this is because of our carelessness and because of man's arrogance. Nature is the verge of destruction. So, my dear classmates, the very essence of this talk is for us to understand that technology should not rule over us, but we should rule over technology.
Understanding. The predominant understanding of technology as a mere instrumental of tool, he argues that the instrumental understanding reduced technological to a means to an end and overlook its deeper essence. Modern technology for Heidegger is not just a collective of tools but a perceived way of revealing and ordering reality. Number 3, loss of essence and evening. He expressed concerns about the loss of the essence of and meaning of things in the technological age. The factors of efficiency and utility, he argues, leads to a loss and deeper, more aesthetic understanding of the world. 1. Distancing and alienation. That modern technology involves a form of distancing, as technology reveals the world as a standing reverse. It also distances us from a more immediate, engaged, and holistic relationship with things. This distance can lead to a sense of alienation and a loss of connection with the essence of things. Marami na tayong mga bagay na hindi na natin nagagawa dahil sa tulong ng technology, which is may negative and positive impact sa atin. Next one is human responsibility. He does not reject technology but emphasize the importance of recognizing human responsibility. He does not reject technology but emphasize the importance of recognizing our responsibility in how we engage with it. He calls for a more thoughtful and reflective relationship with technology. Understanding the essence of technology requires acknowledge our role in its development, use, and impact to the world. Gaya nga ng sinabi kanina, nawawala na tayo ng relationship towards sa mga bagay-bagay because of technology. And ito yung sinasabi ni Heldre na human responsibility. Na kahit meron ng mga technology, dapat alam pa rin natin kung ano yung mga responsibility natin bilang tao sa mga bagay-bagay.